If you waken that beast, it will destroy us all.
You can listen to this naysayer, but I promise you this. If we succeed, all will share in the wealth of the mountain. You will have enough gold to rebuild Escaroth 10 times over!
All of you! Listen to me! You must listen! Have you forgotten what happened to Dale? Have you forgotten those who died in the firestorm? And for what purpose? The blind ambition of a mountain king, so riven by greed, he could not see beyond his own desire! You have no right. No right to enter that mountain.
I have the only right.
Richard, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. How are you keeping?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I can't complain. I was doing a little bit of research on doing this interview, and I have to say you're almost unrecognisable from the character you play, Thorin, or Thorin, as we say in Ireland.
Yes.
Is that a kind of a mixed blessing for you in that you can potentially still, to an extent, go around doing your daily life, despite the fact you're playing such a major character in a major movie, but at the cost of all the prosthetic work you have to do every day?
It was something that I really looked forward to when the chance to take the job came along. The fact that it would be such a transformation. I love it when I don't recognise myself as the character, not just because there was costume and makeup and hair and everything, but in the way that the character is going to move and the way that the character is going to sound, which was my contribution to the way that Thorin looks and feels. But yeah, I mean, it's something. Yeah, it's great because I can go to the supermarket and no one knows that it's Thorin with pushing a trolley. Thorin, pushing a trolley.
There are all these great stories about the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, where it was basically one big happy family, and you all were like living in New Zealand.
Who told you that? That's rubbish.
It's what they tell us publicity folk. Are there similar publicity stories like that you can tell us about The Hobbit? Are you one big happy family again?
You know what? It does sound like a bit of a cliche, but I've never been happier on a job than I was on this one, and it's because you travel to the other side of the world to work. That's daunting, but they were so welcoming in New Zealand, and my family came over. Everyone's family came over, so the word family was always there, and we would go and eat at Peter Jackson's table and made to feel like part of his family, and they made sure that we were happy and comfortable. So that's why those things are talked about.
A colleague of mine interviewed you for the first Hobbit movie, and you said that the Hobbit book was one of the major influences for you to become an actor in the first place. And then I heard recently that you actually haven't read the Hobbit books since you took on the movie stuff. Was that a conscious decision, so you wouldn't be like too down on what the character was, like you wouldn't try to copy it too much?
No, I did read the book to make the movie. I mean, I couldn't read the book enough. I kept reading the book. I think one of the reasons that I became an actor was because of my imagination. I'm one of those actors. I like to go to that place in my mind. And I feel like my imagination was formed through the works of writers like Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, because I was into that world and the other worlds that they created. But yeah, the book was sort of the benchmark for making the movie and forming the character.
Next year we're going to see you again for The Hobbit Part 3, obviously, but the other film that has piqued my interest is one called Into the Storm. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Yeah,
it's a movie that we shot in Detroit. It's about a mega tornado, a sort of superstorm. It's a found footage piece, and I play a school teacher who goes in search of his lost son. So yeah, it was a really interesting thing to work on. Lots of wind and rain.
Well, 2014 is going to be a good year for you, Richard. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Good to talk to you. Thanks.
Truly, the tales and songs fall utterly short of your enormity, O Smaug, the stupendous.
We are the dwarves of Erebor. We have come to reclaim our homeland.
I offer you my help.
How do we know he won't betray us?
We don't. There is no king under the mountain, nor will there ever be.
With every victory, this evil will grow.
Legolas has grown very fond of you. Do not give him hope where there is none.
You have no right to enter that mountain. I have the only right.
Our enemy has returned.
I found something in the goblin tunnels.
What did you find?
My courage.
You'll need it.
Dragon fire and ruin.
That is what you will bring upon us. He cannot see beyond his own desire.
I will not risk this quest for the life of one burglar.
His name was Bilbo.
Come now. Don't be shy. Step into the light.